Pulse. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. Neck. All right. Warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side. Bring our heels to our glutes. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded. Here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just wider than shoulder width. Go down and touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance. Long, deep. Pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe. Getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center. Come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subidachi. Break. Yoi. Seiza. 道場君。一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒ること。Ready? That's it. よい。しばらくち。Ready? よい。So today's class is an advanced class. This is part 2 of 3 that we're doing for the kata Jion. All right, so last week we actually started the kata Jion. We went through a couple of sections. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the kata again, full from beginning to end. Then we're going to review the section that we learned last week. Just want to make sure that we have it down, so we'll go through it at least twice by the numbers, and then we'll introduce the next section, and we'll continue on from there. All right, so depending on what we get through today, the next class may be finalizing the learning of Jion. It may be the finalizing of learning Jion, practicing it a few times, and then doing Bunkai. Again, it really depends on how far we get today as to what class 3 or part 3 will be for Jion. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and demonstrate the entire kata for you. Again, if you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch part 1 so that you understand where we are starting today, so that you can really catch on and start moving into into the next portion of the kata. Okay, all right, so I'm going to again demonstrate the entire kata beginning to end. So this is not just what we learned last week, right? This is the kata from beginning to end. Okay, so this is something that you probably just want to watch again, just to get an entire picture of what you've learned so far and what you have yet to learn. All right, and remember also, I take potentially 2 correction steps in this. One is at the beginning. After I do one particular section, I'll make a correction to step back just so that I have room to move forward. And then later in the kata, I'll take a couple steps back as well to finish the kata. All right. So just a reminder that you'll see me or you'll hear me say correction or adjustment. And again, all I'm doing is making an adjustment in where I'm standing, so that I have room in this particular dojo to complete the kata. All right. Okay. So here we go. First, you need to make sure you have room to step back for the beginning of the kata. So I usually start here. Jion. Adjustment. Adjustment. All right, so that is the kata. I did make a small mistake here. Instead of doing Tagai Zuki after the Manji-Uke, I did a double punch out. You'll see, if you look back, I'll take my right hand and put it back down into Hikite to adjust for that. But that was a mistake. And you would have known that, right, had you done part one. Because if you did part one, that's almost as far as we got. Right, we got as far as the Manji-Uke, Tagai Zuki, and then you step into Gedan. That's where we ended last week. All right, so if you're watching closely, paying attention, you probably picked up on that small mistake and you probably thought, whoa, what's he doing? Okay, hopefully you did. All right, I didn't do it on purpose, but hopefully you picked up on that mistake. Okay, so that's the entire kata. As you can see, we're about halfway through. All right, yeah, I think we're about halfway through. So a lot more to go. All right, so let's kind of talk about that after we practice what we already know. All right. So I'm going to do this by the numbers. I'll start here on this side, and then we'll do it again by the numbers on this side, just so you have two different perspectives on getting through this kata. All right, so again, by the numbers to the portion that we know. I'm not going to narrate. All right, you already know this. Hopefully you practiced part one several times. You've seen the class, hopefully at least once or twice, and then practice what you can several times last week before you get into this class this week for part two. Okay, so to start, find the place that you're going to start. Typically, you want to be in the center of your room. All right, your first move is a step back into Zenkijuzachi front stance. So make sure you have that room to step back. Therefore, you want to start about here, making sure you have room for that step. Okay, so we start here. We go through protocol. Again, one of the things that is atypical is that you announce kata from here. All right, you don't go through protocol, bow, and come back to yoi, and then announce. You come to Jion position, and then announce kata. All right, so that's something that's atypical. It's very similar to Teki Shodan. Right, with Teki, you go through protocol, you come to Teki Shodan yoi here, and then announce kata, Teki Shodan, and then proceed and go through the kata. All right, so very similar to that. Those two katas are very similar in that manner. All right, so again, I'm going to go through the kata by the numbers. Okay, I'm not going to narrate. You should know at this point what we're doing. All right, so again, make sure you have your room to step back. Do this with me. Step up. All right, let's go through protocol. Announce kata, and I'll go by the numbers. We'll go kind of slow. Ready? Yoi, Subarachi, right? Yoi. Go to Jion yoi. Announce kata. Jion! And Hajime. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rope. Ich. Adjust if you need to. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Ich. Ni. Son. Ich. Ni. Son. Ich. Ni. Son. And ich. Ni. Ich. Ni. Ich. And yame. Very good. All right, that's as far as we've got. Okay, so basically starting here, move out in your kakiwaki uke, your kick, your triple punch. Coming back to this side, kakiwaki uke, kick, triple punch. 3 age uke. All right, the first one, right? The first one is age uke, gaikazuki. Age uke, gaikazuki. Age uke, oizuki. Right? So age uke, reverse punch. Age uke, reverse punch. Age uke, stepping forward, oizuki punch. Turning, okay, to the manji uke. And then the Tagaizuki and Kibidachi. Other side, Manji-uke. Stepping over, Kibidachi, Tagaizuki. Stepping forward, all right, from here, this foot stays planted, your right foot stays planted, your left foot moves forward into Gedan. All right? So that's what we learned last week. Let's do it again. Okay? Before we get into the new stuff, let's just make sure we have the other stuff down. So I'm going to start on this side this time to give you a different perspective. Remember, I will be taking that correction step. I'll say adjustment or correction. You'll hear me say that. Don't do anything unless you need to on your side. That's what I'm doing before we move into the next section. Okay? All right, well, let's do it again. Again, we'll go by the same pace, and again, I will count. All right, so we're all together. Make sure you have room for your step back. Find your starting spot. Yoi, Sudachi, Ray, Yoi. Jion, Yoi. Good. Here. And now it's kata, Jion. And hajime, ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku, ichi. Adjust. Ni, son, shi, go, ichi, ni, son, ichi, ni, son, ichi, ni, son, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, ichi. Okay. Very good. All right, so there's two perspectives. That is by the numbers. That is all we know up to this point. Okay, so let's now move forward with the next section. This next section introduces a lot of new techniques. Watching me do the kata, you probably saw that. You're thinking, I don't know what any of this stuff is moving forward. Let's unpack it. Okay, so where we left off is this Gedan. Now you're going to move forward with 3 consecutive repeating Kihon techniques. This is called Taishu Uke. All right, this is a palm heel strike. From Gedan, your right hand is going to initiate the strike. 1, okay, again, palm heel, Kibidachi, 1, left hand, 2, 1 more, 3. Kibidachi the entire time, rotating on the foot each time. All right, so again from Gedan, try this with me, from Gedan, we're rotating on the ball of our front foot, initiating the palm heel strike with your right hand. 1. Now rotate on the ball of the right foot, initiating the strike with the left hand. 2. Ball of the left foot, strike with the right hand. 3. All right. Try to stay in Kibidachi as much as possible. I know it's very difficult here because you're spinning instead of stepping, right? Because we're essentially doing this, right? Instead of like with Taiki or with Teki, we're stepping, your foot comes up, and then you're able to make that adjustment. Okay. Here we're spinning, so it's a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's talk about the palm heel strike. Your palm heel strike can be done in one of 2 ways. Stick with whichever way you prefer and stay with it. All right. This varies between whether you're with Skiff or JKA. Depends on which karate system that you're using. I am not affiliated with either of those. I'm with FSKA, and so both are acceptable in our dojo. What do I mean? All right, so you can push the strike out this way. Okay, do you see what I mean? It's coming from here, pushing out. All right. I prefer to do it another way where it's a swing. All right. So from here, from Gedan, where it swings. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Why do I prefer that? Well, in my mind, when I imagine doing this kata, it's as if someone's holding a weapon. Okay, they're holding a weapon, a knife, a gun, whatever it happens to be. My palm heel strike is striking this way. All right. So they're holding the weapon. As my arm comes around, it strikes and hits that arm away. So it just makes more sense because you're spinning, right? So you have a lot of momentum as you spin to knock something out of someone's hand. That's my opinion. Because again, when you think about it, you're spinning. The other way, you're push. So you spin and then push. Again, acceptable. But in my opinion, it doesn't make as much sense as this. Just carry the spin through. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Spin. Make the spin work for you. All right. So that's typically the way that I would teach it. But you're going to watch other videos on YouTube or go to a dojo where they teach more of the push, which is again perfectly acceptable. Just be aware that both are done, and it's up to you as to how you prefer to use it. And it may be different in different situations, right? Again, maybe we'll explore this in the bunkai if we get there. But again, a push is a different type of technique, in my opinion, because what are you doing? Right? Are you just, palm heel striking to the chest? Right? If someone has a punch out here, that's fine. Are you just kind of pushing into their hand? And again, in my opinion, the swing makes more sense. Even if there's a hand out here that's punching, you're slapping it away with your palm heel. All right? And that just makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. Okay? So do what you feel you need to do here, and carry on from there. So let's practice this a couple times. All right, I'll start here on this side. Gate on. Ready? 3. All right, this time let's not worry about our palm heel strikes. Let's just focus on working the stance. So from here, move into kibidachi. 1, 2, and 3. I'll count it out for us. Ready? Each. Good. Check your feet. Knee. Good. Check your feet. Some. Good. Check your feet. Okay. One line. Try to follow a line if you can, like me. I have this line in the floor that I can kind of follow. You should be on that one line throughout the entire movement. All 3. And remain in kibidachi. So make sure your feet are parallel. Let's try it again. From here and gate on. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Good. And I'll try it from this side, moving that direction. Again, pick your line. Stay on that line. All right. So whatever foot. Your left foot from the gate on, that's the line. Follow that line straight. Okay. I'm here. My foot is here. This is my gate on. My front stance. This is the line I'm going to follow. Let's do it together. Hands on your hips. Don't worry about the palm heel strike. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. You know what I mean? All right, very good. So if you need to practice that a couple times, pause the video, practice that a couple more times, rewind. I'll do it with you, right? And make sure you have that down, okay? So now let's add that palm heel strike, and I want you to decide how you want that palm heel strike to go. Is it going around, or are you pushing into it, okay? Both perfectly acceptable, so make a decision and try to stick to it. Try both, right? Maybe one feels more comfortable, maybe one, in your opinion, looks better than the other. Do whichever one you feel most comfortable with. Do whichever one you feel makes the most sense in whatever bunkai you have in your head already. Okay? All right, let's start here from gate on, front stance. Add your palm heel strike this time. All right, 3 kibidachi stance, 3 steps. Each knee sung, each one comes with that palm heel strike. All right, ready? Each knee sung. You know what I mean? Good. I'm going to start on this side. Let's do it again. All right, we'll do it 2 more times before we move into the next technique. Try different ways that you want to move your palm heel strike. Push it and rotate it. Get to something that feels more comfortable or most comfortable and stay with that. Okay? All right, gate number right. Watch your line. Kibidachi, 3, palm heel strikes, 3. Ready? Each knee sung. You know what I mean? There is a hikite hand here. Hopefully you picked up on that. You're an advanced student, so you should know this as we go. But again, it's palm heel strike, the other hand comes to hikite. Okay? Palm heel strike, the other hand moves to hikite. All right? That just makes the most sense. Make sure you're doing that. That other hand isn't just floating around randomly. I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to come straight to camera. Okay? I don't really have a line to follow exactly, so I'm just going to do my best. And that's fine, right? You may not have a line. Just make the line. Create the line. All right? Gate number right. Ready? 3. Kibidachi, 3 palm heel strikes. So it's the teishu uke, or uchi, right? It's not a block. It's teishu uke. I said it a different time every time. This is taishu uchi. This is a strike. Uchi. It's not an uke. It's not a block. It is a strike. So as that palm heel comes around, you are striking something. You're striking, like I said, a hand. Maybe somebody is punching, and you're backing them up. Rotation, away. Okay, punch again. Rotation comes around, struck away. Okay, strike. It is a strike. All right. So I'll say it right this time. 3 kibidachi, 3 palm heel strikes. Okay, 3 kibidachi stances, 3 taishu uchis. Ready? Each knee sung. There is no ki point there. For whatever reason, I typically do a ki point. Again, a ki is just a release of energy and power. And I feel as I go through those strong strikes, I feel like there's a ki point. And I typically do a ki. It's not incorrect to throw one in there. It's not correct either. It's just kind of one of those things. You know, as you go through kata, you're grunting and you're making noise as you go through the kata. If you happen to throw in an extra ki, I'm not going to say it's wrong, I'm not going to say it's right. As long as you're hitting the correct ki points in the kata, that's what matters the most. Okay? All right, so from here, similar to what we've already done, manji uke. All right, so this would be our 3rd strike, correct? 1, 2, yes. Your 3rd palm heel strike, right? Here, you're going to rotate to your facing this way. So this is the 12 o'clock in the room. This is where we started back here. This is 12 o'clock. We're moving towards 6 o'clock with our palm heel strikes. This is the 3rd. You're going to rotate manji uke. Okay? Very simple, we've done this. Okay, rotate, manji uke, and then a jodan, maroto uke. What's that look like? Your 3rd palm heel strike. Rotate, maroto uke, or rotate into manji uke, and then jodan level, maroto uke. Ready? 1, back stance, 2, standing. All right, let's see what that looks like straight onto you. So this is my 3rd palm heel strike. I'm looking, all right, manji uke, and a back stance, up, maroto uke. Looking at your opponent, looking at the block. Okay? So try that a couple times. I'll try it from various angles so you can see it as many different ways as we can. We'll start here. Moroto uke. Or sorry, manji uke, moroto uke. Jodan level. So typically, moroto uke is chudan level. We're just going jodan level, which means your elbow should be about the chin level. Your fist raised in the air, supporting block. Moroto uke. Okay? Jodan level. So it's a high moroto uke. It's a high supported block. Alright? Again, I'll focus this way so you can see both. Palm heel strike. Manji uke. Moroto uke. Okay? Try that a couple times. Alright, let's do it again. I'll face, I don't want to put my back to you, so I'll do it this way, I think. Ready? Alright, manji uke. Jodan moroto uke. Alright? Your manji uke is in a back stance, just like it is at the end of the first section we learned. Right? What we learned last week, we did the manji uke already. Back stance, manji uke. And then we moved it into the tagaizuki, right? And horse stance and kibidachi. And then we go back, manji uke, back stance, tagaizuki again. Alright, we're doing the same thing here. The manji uke, up block, down block. Back stance. Okay, to that moroto uke, that jodan level moroto uke. Okay? Then you repeat it. Alright? So, we'll go from here. Here's our palm heel strike. Manji uke. Jodan moroto uke. Manji uke. Jodan moroto uke. Alright? So again, not too complex here. The biggest thing that the biggest hurdle for this class, I believe, is going to be your palm heel strikes, the teisho uchis, and kibidachi. Alright, that's the thing you're going to have to practice the most. Alright, getting that horse stance down, getting those palm heel strikes down. On the third one, after the third one, rotate into manji uke in a back stance. Jodan moroto uke. Look back to the right, manji uke. Jodan moroto uke. Okay? Alright, let's practice it. Okay, so I'm going to start here with the gedan. We'll do our 3 taisho uchis. Rotate into manji uke with the moroto uke, manji uke, moroto uke. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Go along with me. I will count it out for us. Ready? Find your line. And ichi, ni, son, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, and yame. All right, there it is. Let's do it again. I'm going to start on this side, go that direction, so you'll be able to see me open up for the manji ukes and the moroto ukes down there. But again, fairly simple, right? What we're doing here at the end, at both ends, is very repetitive, right? What we do on the left, we do on the right, okay? Both sides. All right, so let's try it again from here. Get him right down block. This is our 3 taisho uchis. 3 taisho uchis. Ready? Ichi, ni, son. Moroto uke. Ichi, ni,
manji uke, ichi, Maroto uke, ni. Alright, feet come together on both your Maroto ukes, regardless of where they are. So you start with your manji uke this way, back stance, Maroto uke, feet come together, manji uke back stance, Maroto uke, feet come together. Draw. Alright, your manji uke is here, your Maroto uke, both hands come into this kamae position, giving you power and rotation. Manji uke, Maroto uke, hands come here and up for power. Okay, so remember between the manji ukes to bring your hands to the side, all right, to the side. All right, get that power, get that rotation to give power to the blocks. Okay, let's try it 2 more times. All right, before we move on to the next section, which I think we have time for. We'll get into some of it at least. Okay, probably save the rest for the next class, but let's see how far we get here. All right, again, I'm going to go to this side and then back the other side. So, get him right hand block. Ready? 3 taisho uchis. Manji uke, Maroto uke, manji uke, Maroto uke. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Amen. Okay. Now I'm going to start here, go this direction, same thing. All right, work with me, listen to my count. All right, ready? Get him right down block. 3 taisho uchis, manji uke, Maroto uke, manji uke, Maroto uke. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, man. Remember, you're looking at the block each time. Manji uke, looking the direction of the block. Maroto uke, looking at the block. Manji uke, direction of the block. Maroto uke, looking at the block. All right? Okay, next section. All right, and then we'll put it all together a few times to round out. Next section, all right, we're starting with our Maroto uke. We're looking at the block, the fold, right leg comes up, step forward, geidan, juji uke, in a cat stance. Now drop the rear leg, this one, back into a front stance, Ryo and Gamai. Down, and then step forward, crossing your arms into this Ryo and Uchi Uke. It's like a double Uchi Uke, right? This is Uchi Uke, this is Uchi Uke. Ryo on, double Uchi Uke. Okay? I'm going to stop there. All right? So, let's start again. Maroto uke, you're looking at it. Fold it down. As this goes down, your right leg comes up. Stepping forward into cat stance, geidan juji uke. Foot goes back with the hands. This Ryo Gamai, it is a double block. It's very similar to Kakiwaki Uke. Double here. Then we're going to step forward into a front stance, Ryo Uchi Uke. Double Uchi Uke. Alright. I'll move to this side. I just want to kind of give you another angle so you maybe see my feet a little bit better. But here, Maroto Uke. Looking at it. Fold it. Foot comes up, step forward, Geidan Jujiuke, Ryowan Gamai, Kakiwaki Uke, Ryowan Uchiuke. All right. Not too bad, okay? So just practice all of this. This is all part 2. All right, I don't really want to break it down into sections, but this is all part 2. All right, let's try this with me. All right, and then we're gonna do our palm heel strikes, carrying all the way into what we've just done. So basically everything we've learned in the class today. Then we're gonna go through everything we've learned part 1 and 2, and we'll close out for the day. Okay, so again, I'm gonna count it. You do it with me. Ready? Maroto uke. Ready? Ichi. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. All right? 5 steps, 5 techniques, 5 things we're doing. All right? Starting here, Ichi, we're folding down. As we come to about our belt level, Ni, Son, Shi, go. Okay? Coming straight to you this time. 5 things, 5 count. Ready? Ichi, Ni, Son, Shi, go. Okay? This happens fairly rapidly in the kata whenever you see it happening. This first part is slow. This first part is this. You don't have to follow along. This is what it looks like for speed. Okay? Just like that. So this part is meant to go somewhat slowly. Okay? All right, so that's your speed pattern that you're aiming for. That's your cadence that we're looking for. Let's do it one more time. Just another angle here I'm going to give you, and then we will put it together with our Taishu Uchis, Manji Uke, Maroto Uke. We'll do that entire section together, okay? Then we'll do the entire kata that we know up to the point that we learned today. Okay, ready? Maroto Uke. And do this with me. Ichi, Ni, Son, Shi, go. Got me? All right. I'll do it one more time from another angle. So I'll start here. Maroto Uke. And Ichi, Ni, Son, Shi, go. You know what I mean? Okay. Got that? If you don't, pause, try it a couple more times, rewind the video about 5 minutes, go through it again. Go through it again until you feel good and comfortable doing those techniques in that order with that timing. Right now, let's go ahead and start from our Geidan. So I'm going to move here, I'm going to do my 3 Taishu Uchis, turning here from my Manji Uke, Maroto Uke. Manji Uke, Maroto Uke. Folding the hands down. Stepping forward into my cat stance, back, forward, forward. Okay, ending with our Ryowan Uchi Uke. Or double Uchi Uke. Alright? Okay, you got this. I'm going to count it out for us. Let's do this twice, and then we'll put everything together that we've learned so far. Okay, ready? Get in our down block. And Ichi, Ni, Son, Ichi, Ni, Son, Ichi, Ichi, Ni, Son, Shi, go. Amen. Good. Did You stick with me? All right, hope so. Let's do it again. All right, this time I'm going to start on this side, move in this direction. This will open up all the techniques for you to see a little bit better than from here. Okay, ready? Get him right now, block. Ready? Each, knee, some, each, knee, each, knee, each, knee, some, she, go. Amen. Okay. There's everything we learned today. All right. That entire Taishi Uchi section, Manji Uke Moroto Uke, Manji Uke Moroto Uke. And then we begin with the slow, our knee up, Juji Uke, Ryoan Gamai, Ryoan Uchi Uke. Okay? All right, let's put it all together. Let's start the kata from the beginning and get to that end point, and we will stop for the day. Okay? I might do the kata for you one more time just so you can see what comes next, see how you're ending this kata. If it's something you potentially want to work on, I would say not to do that. I would just say stick to what we're working on so far. Don't get ahead of ourselves. Okay? I will start the kata. I'll start the kata here, since we go down in this direction and then we come back, and everything that we've just been working on today is pretty much coming back here and finishing in this area so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so again here, you have your room to start, starting here, good starting position. All right, I will count, all right, try my best. It gets a little confusing with the Gyakuzuki and the Ageuke. I kind of start to lose count a little bit there, but bear with me, all right? So again, here, yoi, Subarachi, right, yoi, Jion, yoi, announce kata, Jion, and hajime, ichi, ni, some, she, go, rook, each, adjustment, ready, ni, some, she, go, each, ni, some, each, ni, some, each, each, ni, each, knee, each, knee, some, each, knee, each, knee, each, knee, some, she, go. Yame. Okay, that's everything. That's everything up to this point that we've learned. Okay. All right. So rewind. Watch that several times. Get it to the point where number one, or this first part, locked in. You did that last week. We've locked it in today. Part two, we're picking it up. We're learning it. All right. Watch this video several times until it's locked in. Part one, part two. Next week we're going to get into part three, and I don't know that we'll have time for bunkai next week. I'll try my best to kind of throw in some bunkai, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so again, we got part one down, we've got part two down. I'm going to do the entire kata for you again. I will say part three as I move into part three of what's going to be part three, what we're going to learn next week, so that you can kind of get a feel for where we are. You should be able to see where we are anyways, because you know we just ended with this, okay? But you should know about where we are. I'll just do the kata one time and we'll close out class. I'll start on this side. Ready? Listen for my 2 corrections. We haven't gotten to the second correction yet. It's coming. So just listen for my second correction. Our first correction or adjustment you always hear me do. It's right before the kakiwaki uke and our kick. Okay? Make sure I have room. Alright, you can follow along if you like up to the point that you know. Otherwise, this is just for demonstration purposes and you can see where we're going to pick up next week. Ready? Yoi. Jion. Adjustment. Do it. All right, so there it is. Kind of try to, show you from here, stepping forward, block, go turn. So there's a lot to learn next week, a lot to pick up on. I think you're probably looking at the next section. Okay, that is something that is very different, right? It's a fumakomi and Hidari Tashiyuke, but we're gonna get there. So don't worry about it this week. All right, let's come back to center of class. Close out class for the day. Yoi. Subidachi. Right. Yoi. Seiza. All right, today's meditation, go through what you know. Start the kata, get to the point where we learned today. All right, go through it in your head. Make sure you get it right. Just think about it. Ready? Mokuso. Mokuso yame, sensei ni ren. Tate. Yoi. Subidachi. Ren. Yoi. Os. All right, thank you for joining me for this class. Again, this is part 2 of 3 for the tutorial for the kata Jion. Practice part 1, practice part 2. We'll see you next week for finishing up the kata Jion in part 3.